Good morning, you guys. Welcome back to the channel. If you watched yesterday's video, you know exactly what I'm looking at. And I'm not sure these waterfront sunrises will ever get old for me, I don't think. This is absolutely beautiful. Just sitting here, door open, looking at the water and the sunrise. This is something else, I'll tell you what. For anybody that doesn't know, my name is Bruce Vanlife Jr. I'm originally from Newfoundland. I live in a van. And I'm currently on Vancouver Island, up near Campbell's River. Check this out. I don't think seeing that'll ever get old either. Oh man. Look at her. Nobody want to see me. You want to see that, man? And today, before I go anywhere, I'm gonna do it right. Make breakfast first. If you watched yesterday's video, woke up, then drove right off. Still trying to learn how to be an adult, you know what I'm saying? Even at my age. Alright, you guys, after having a video premiere this morning, having some cereal, some pineapples, and some breakfast, it's time to head off down the road. I feel like I've stayed here a little too long this morning, but I wanted to get that video premiere done before I headed off. And now we're gonna start with going for a coffee. It's just a Canadian thing to do, I think. I don't know. It's either that or it's just a me thing to do. Regardless, we're going for a coffee. Let's go. Starlink's all put away. My phone's plugged in because it almost died. Now it's time to hit the road. Let's go. I also want to give a huge thank you to everyone that joins my video premieres. You know, I started doing that so that we can kind of have the first watch of the video all together and then also conversate into the live chat. And I've really grown to enjoy that. And you know, we're gonna continue doing that as much as I can. If it's a really short video, then I'll probably just post them like I normally do. But if it's, you know, 20 minutes or longer, I like doing a premiere because it gives us kind of a chance to chat and, you know, conversate through the whole video while we're watching it. Let's go get a coffee. And drop these bloody windows. It's getting warm already. Might even have to try and find some shade today. I do is done correctly this time. My last van, the white van, I insulated it and then put the wall boards up first because winter was coming. Calgary has -40 winters. I didn't want to mess around. But in doing that, it left all my wires exposed, and then, you know, a lot of people didn't really think it was too bad, but I felt like it was very ugly. Even as nice as it was, in a way, I still felt like it was just, it could have been done much better. So with this van, I'm really hoping to do those steps proper, regardless on how long it takes, you know. I feel like that'll make me feel a lot better about the vehicle also, instead of just trying to rush through the build like I've done with vehicle builds in the past. I've had a van actually before my white van. It was like a 1990 GMC Vandura. I bought that thing, built it out in like 2 weeks, lived in it for like a month or two, and then got rid of it right away because I just hated how it looked, how it made me feel. I didn't like it, and I don't want to do that with this. You know, ooh, here's the Tim Hortons. Perfect. All right, let's grab a coffee. Hi, could I get a extra large coffee?
Alright, that's everything?
Yep, that's all.
Alright, no problem. That'll be $2.55.
Thank you. Good old morning coffees, man. Good old morning coffees. I like grabbing a coffee and then doing some editing. It just seems to be like my routine. But the only routine that I had or have, and I'm trying to add more routines to my life, but I don't know, just figuring out what I want as a routine kind of thing. I know that I wake up, I need to have breakfast, grab a coffee, and then do some editing. And speaking of which, I think it's about time that we kind of did a van tour in here. You guys haven't seen the inside of this thing in a while, and with all the talk of when I'm gonna build it out, it's probably a good time to do so, you know? So maybe we'll go park somewhere right now, and I'll show you guys around. You too. There's not really too much to see right now. More of like stuff that will be coming soon. Just put a little loading thing in here. Loading. But yeah. I think it's about time you guys seen what was all going on behind the scenes in here, you know what I mean? You guys have all been asking a lot for it, so I think it'll give me something to film for today as well. I'm not really too sure what I have going on today. I'm gonna sit while I'm editing and then reach out to a few people, maybe even stop at a few places to see if I can grab some work. But yeah, you know, as a lot of you guys know, I just wing it through van life, you know. I don't really need to like get a part-time or full-time job. I don't feel like I need that much money, although it would be beneficial. If I end up staying in Vancouver Island over the winter, then I'll probably do that though, just because I'll be in the area for such a long time. But for right now, I don't know where or how long I'm gonna be somewhere. Right now, I'm just up in this area. I need to stay here for a few days. That way I can collect my passport. It's coming into one of Yana's friends' places. I need to be there to receive it, and then after that, I'm kind of free agent again, you know? Then I can kind of figure out where to go next. My thought is that I'll probably head down more towards Victoria. I know there's a temp agency in Victoria and a temp agency in Nanaimo, Brent was telling me about. Who knows, maybe we'll even stop in the Chrome shop, see if he got any little stuff that I could do. But I don't want to put any pressure on him for any of that, you know? I know he's an extremely busy guy, but you never know what could happen, right? So, yeah. Also, he's gone on a summer trip, so need to wait for that to happen, or need to wait for him to come back before we can really get too deeply into a conversation about it. I like talking face to face. I feel like it's a lot more, I feel better about it rather than talking over text or over the phone. It's just me thing. But yeah, let's go find a place where we can do some editing and a little van tour. And also, I gotta make that stew, man. Gotta make that stew. So we'll definitely do that along with the van tour. Let's do it. Kind of nervous and I'm kind of both nervous and excited to make that stew. It's been a long time since I made any food like that, like a full-on stew. But I do have potatoes, carrots and veggies. I have some moose meat that my dad sent me still. So we'll see. You know, this might be a complete disaster, or it's gonna be delicious. One or the other. I think it's leaning more towards the disaster, but we've all got to learn, you know. I used to cook a lot, not a lot, but I used to cook a nice bit. Like even growing up, my dad showed us how to make bread and stuff like that. It's also been a very long time since I made any kind of bread, but it's just about getting back into it, you know. That's all it is. Ooh, coffee. I always forget about that when I grab it. But I get so excited when I see it again, though. It's the little things in life, you know? Alright. Let's look for a nice spot. Wow, you guys, that's so awesome. I was just about to get ready and do a van tour, like I mentioned, and then BC Island gal pulled up on me and she's like, "Oh my god, I know it's his van!" It's so cool. And then yeah, she's gonna bring me to Superstore, grab some food, and also put some fuel in. So, girl, thank you so much for that. You know, I greatly appreciate that. I'm kind of lost for words. This is. I really just love meeting you guys and seeing your excitement. You know, and it's such an amazing thing to be able to meet so many beautiful people through this thing called YouTube. And she was mentioning, like, you're such an inspiration through your videos, and like that warms my heart to hear that. Oh my god. Like, I just started making these videos because I wanted to do like a daily, or not a daily, but like a, personal diary for me. And maybe my family can kind of watch along or whatnot to keep in touch and see how I'm doing and stuff. And it's blown up so much bigger than I ever thought. I'm still a small channel compared to many, but man, the amount of support and love that you guys show me through the comments, through the emails, everything, man, like, it makes me really lost for words. Like, you guys look at me as an inspiration, but I truly think that you guys are a real inspiration for me, just that's amazing. I greatly appreciate that, BC Island Gal. Oh my god. So yeah, we're gonna go do that and hang out for a little bit. And then we'll get back to making that stew and a little van tour. I keep that in my mind to make sure I do that in this video, if anything. Oh my god. But I love it, I love the spontaneousness of everything, and not having a real plan just kind of opens me up to come hang out with you guys when I can, I put a post up on YouTube mentioning like where I am, and if anybody's in the area, to stop in and say hi. And I truly mean that, and if I'm not around the van, or if I'm sleeping, whatever, do like Ron did, drop a card on the front window, drop something in the mailbox, whatever you need to do, man. I love meeting all you guys. I don't know what else to say. It warms my heart. It brightens my day. With each comment, with each person I meet, it really warms my heart. You guys are all so amazing. So thank you all so much for just being you. I try to be as honest and as me as I can in my videos, and I feel like through what you all tell me, it really shines through to you guys, and that means the world to me. That really does mean the world to me. I'm still going to continue to do my videos as if, it was a daily, or I don't know why I keep saying daily. I have been filming like as much as I can daily, but I plan to continue just doing my videos as like a personal diary for myself. One day when I'm old, I can look back on these moments and be really and just remember all of these beautiful times, This is so amazing, you guys. Thank you all so much. It's truly amazing how many people I've met through this, and I look forward to meeting so many more people through my journeys. Alright, let's go hang out with her for a bit, and mention, I know if Yana does watch, she doesn't watch my videos, I don't think, but Yana, she's driving a Freestyle, a Ford Freestyle. How crazy is that? To those of you who don't know, okay. To those of you who don't know, that's what Yana used to drive before it broke down on her, and it's somewhat of a rare car. Like, there's not really many of them, I don't think. I haven't seen many, but every time I see one now, it has that fond memory for me. So it's a very cool thing. Alright, you guys, she's truly a beautiful person. Like, hearing how much I inspire you guys blows me away. You know, I'm just a guy living in his van, trying to do the best I can in my life, and live my life the way I kind of want to. And to hear how that has inspired so many of you guys, man, that blows me away. That truly blows me away. We're about to go over to Superstore now, and she insisted that we're gonna get some stuff for me and put them in the fridge. It's amazing. That's so amazing. I love you, each and every one of you guys, man. I really do. And, you know, I wish I can meet every single one of my subscribers, and I look forward to trying to, you know. That's why anytime I'm somewhere that I think people may be or whatnot, you know, I'll try and put up a post or a video and share that I'm in an area. And if you guys are around, man, come out and see me. You know, come out and say hi. You don't need to give me anything. As nice as this is, I would have been just as happy and just as grateful to just meet her, okay? Like, it's such a beautiful thing to be able to meet so many beautiful people. A lot of people don't know, but before YouTube, you know, I was not the person to reach out and say hi. I would just kind of keep to myself. Even reaching out and saying hi to Yana was a big deal for me. I look forward to doing more of that, you know. That's her car. Alright, we're gonna go into the grocery store. I'll see you guys in a bit.
Only van.
Well, you guys, after going grocery shopping, throwing some fuel in, she still managed to take me for some fish and chips. So thank you so much for that, girl. That was absolutely delicious. I haven't actually had fish and chips since I was in Newfoundland the last time, and that's been like a couple years ago now. So that was like a definite treat for me. That was awesome. And the place we went to is called Quadra West. No. Not, yeah. Q-U-A-Y West. Delicious fish and chips, super crispy, amazing. Great people working there. You know, I don't go out and eat many places, and that was definitely a special thing for me. So now I'm gonna get on putting some of this stuff away and airing this bloody van out again. Because it is getting crazy hot in here already. So let's go do that, and then maybe we'll do a little van tour like I mentioned, and try and get on making that stew if I'm not too full at that point from still eating that fish and chips. That was delicious. So let's get on doing some. Oh, another thing too. I mentioned that I was wanting to get a frying pan. I think in the last video or this video, I can't remember. but she managed to get me a frying pan also. So look at this thing, is deep one, super cool. I'm excited for this. So again, thank you very much, and let's get on organizing this van. Alright, you guys, found a little spot in the shade. Strange for me to even do that, but it's so hot today, I feel like I needed it. And since I don't have my roof vent in yet, you know, cooling the van down wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But being here, I realized there's a nice bit of garbage actually around this spot. A couple water bottles, stuff like that. Even a paper towel bag. You guys can't see that. Even someone dropping garbage. People are dropping garbage here. So I'm gonna do some reorganizing on the van. Pop out, do a little bit of cleaning out here for what I can grab. And then we'll get straight into a little van tour. Crap, what is that? This is a beautiful bug, but it's friggin' huge. Holy smokes. Eek. I'm gonna try and ignore that and walk right past him. Sorry, little guy. Don't want to interrupt your day. Don't interrupt mine. Okay, let's start this van tour right at the back. So, back here, as you guys can see, I did take some wood from my previous van to put into this one for now until I can get a proper build out going on. My main thought on this was to keep the mattress away from the walls, keep it off the ground, keep it away from any kind of moisture. So far it's been working out perfect. Underneath the van, or underneath the bed, we have a bunch of tools that I keep just in case. You know, it's always good to have tools handy. Got a little air compressor there Randy got me, and a number of other things like work boots. My army cot still in here. This wonderful ladder a subscriber got from me. Another small box of tools, some hang cleaner, and then also my fishing rod holder that I need to mount once I get more walls and stuff in the van. I have 2 of my dad's handmade wooden walking sticks still, and if I see a subscriber that would want them, you're more than welcome to grab those. I like giving them to people who can really use them and would really cherish them. I had a van meet back in Calgary a long time ago, and I seen like 5 or 6 of those sticks show back up at the van meet, which was really cool. So I'd like to keep that kind of thing going. I have a bag of bags here just in case you ever need to, like, I don't know, pick up garbage or go into the grocery store for a big grocery haul, which normally I don't do. I just grab it as I need it, but it's always good to have a bag of bags handy. On this side, I've got a what I call a fish net, but it's a fly net. Another toolbox. Let me turn this around. I've got another toolbox. My water pump, I have 2 of those. I need to get a hose for to go into the Gulligan jugs. I've got water, some beans we just picked up, my drill kit, and I've even got some paint for when I go to do stuff on the van. Tap and die set. I've even got a respirator and a mask in there. Got an axe and a barbecue set. This reflective vest is actually holding my jack handle from rattling against itself. And then up here I have some jackets hung up, my swords on the back door, and then screwdriver kit. Right here we have the Max air fan tucked away for when I can mount it. And on top of it, I have just all of my jackets and hoodies and stuff. I was gonna hang them on the door, but I end up having to fold them up to close the door, and it's very inconvenient. So they've been just living on this end of the bed for now. I have my dream catcher from the other van, and also these cute little lights that Yana took from her car when it died. I've actually grown to really like these. Going to bed with those is really nice. And I see that I need to hang this wire up right here because it's starting to hang again. A couple zip ties. Don't you guys mind those hooks? Some things are left better private, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's the back of the van. Where'd that bug go? So many compliments on that plate. I love it. And if any of you guys see this propane sticker, it's currently no longer on propane. It's been capped off and converted back to fuel, or to gasoline. And yeah, the back doors need some body work, but we'll get to that eventually when I get to that stage of the build. For right now, I've got other things that I need to worry about. Sorry for the noise. Also, kind of parked on a hill. Not sure how bad that's going to kill the audio. I guess I'll find out later and see if I need to redo this entire van tour. On top, I have what was the foot rails off the van converted into a roof rack. That is connected to the roof racks that I had on my, or the roof rack links that I had on my white van. We repurposed those and put them up there. And also there is a workshop table that a subscriber gave me, and in that box is a bunch of stuff that I will be putting into the van slowly as the van gets built out more. On this side, open this up without dropping everything, I have two little tables here, depending on where you do it. You know, if you need a little table for on the inside, or you know, if you're just going down by the water to enjoy a coffee or something. This little guy right here works perfect. But for cooking outside, this table works great. Right here is a box that Yana actually built. She built books. Ever since we said that, I can't stop saying it like that. So it's a German thing. She built books. Strong woman build books. Right here, I have a collapsible sink and the tabletop. And don't worry, it's not blocking the vent for the fridge. It's just there to stop anything else from falling in its way. We've got a little umbrella there for a temporary awning if I decide to ever use it. It's there. Here is a phone mount I have yet to use, but I've got it, so I just mounted it here. In this little box, I have stuff like wipes, I have bananas, and my stove. Also, a toaster to go on top of this thing. This is where my bread usually sits. And also, this is a great countertop for cooking and stuff. But if I ever need more room, Yana thought ahead. Boom, boom. And it folds out to a really cool table. I've been really enjoying this for having the door open and editing. This would kind of sit right there, and then I can sit there with the door open and really enjoy the view while I edit. Up here, I have a little light, just temporarily mounted because I need a bunch more wire to run anything else. I have a bunch of interior lights that a subscriber sent in. Those will eventually get mounted as well, but also, like I mentioned, I need a bunch of wire. And I'm not really sure on what gauge. As you can see, I have a really small gauge wire going to a really big gauge wire. And once I did that, I quickly realized that I need to get a good idea on what size wire I need to build any further. So yeah, I'll be doing some research for that and then slowly building it out. Forgot to mention also that I have a 195 watt solar panel on the roof right here. Don't worry, Kevin, it's not mounted with zip ties. I'm not losing this puppy. Kevin Broken Nomad is the guy who gave me that guy, and for temporary, I just have it right here. I have the roof thing to run the wires in, but I want to do my light bars, and a number of other things like the roof vent all kind of at the same time. I'll probably do that around the same time I paint the entire roof, because this thing could definitely use a paint job up here. It's not like horrible, but it is definitely sun-baked in certain spots, and I feel like it could just use a freshening up. As you can see right here, or if you can see, I have drawn out a few little spots that I would like the wire inlets to go for the solar panel, for the barn door side lights that'll be going on, and also the aux beam light bar that'll be going across. My original thought was to get a piece of aluminum or wood to go from here to that side, create that angle you guys know I like, and mount the light bar on here. But that's the reason that the light bar has been taking so long to get installed, because I want to try and do stuff proper. The aux beam light bar kit being such a cool kit, you know, I don't want to just slap it on and then not do it justice. You know, I love that light bar system, and I would like to mount it properly, do it once and do it proper, you know, and not have to look at it again kind of thing. Coming back down into the van again, let's move this back and fold this little table up. I love this thing, and it actually doesn't rattle at all. You know, it doesn't make any kind of noise. Into the van a little more, I have a 700 watt Renogy inverter. I've honestly never needed a bigger inverter. This thing runs Starlink, charges my phone, charges every other device I have in the van, sometimes all at once. So it just goes to show you that you don't really need a super big inverter. 700 watt for me is all I've ever needed. I have my tripod hanging here, portable speaker, some garbage bags, and then other things like, you know, dish soap and stuff that don't really need to be refrigerated. I have my diesel heater controller mounted here. The diesel heater is not installed yet either, but I'm thinking already that I want to move this from there to right here. On this pillar, I have my Starlink modem, which I feel like is a really good location. I hit my shoulder on it every now and then when I'm crossing through to the front, but it's just been a learning process to not hit it. Coming in a little further, I have the seat from Ben's old van from the camp area that we were staying at around Drumheller. He was getting rid of his passenger seat because he seen that I had no passenger seat, and he really liked the use of the space, so he kind of did the same thing. With Yana being with me for the trip, I needed a passenger seat, and this was turned to fit right in there so she could sit right next to me kind of thing. A little further in, let's turn on that light. Right here we have my fridge, and now this is the Bouge RV fridge. I'm not sure exactly what size. I think it's the 32 quart. This is the one that came from Mark the Paint Guy, and it's been working amazing ever since. It's got this little like thermo bag, keeps everything nice and cold. It doesn't exactly like to sit at the temperature you set it at, and it comes with a splitter, but I find that it tends to freeze stuff from the bottom, and then the cooler stuff stays on top. So I just kind of keep my freezer stuff at the bottom and my fridge stuff at the top, and I've gotten rid of the divider that was in there. This is a really cool fridge, you guys. It even comes with a USB port to charge your phone, a locking thing so you don't like change the settings by accident. And inside, it is absolutely full right now with the stuff that we were just given. So that's awesome. I'm really gonna have to start cooking and eating and doing a bunch of other stuff. And a lot of you know I don't like cooking on my channel, but with that being said, I think even for my benefit, I'm going to start, you know, throwing a couple little cooking segments into the video. Regardless on how bad my cooking may be, maybe you guys can provide me some tips on how to do it a little better. Anyway, behind the seat right here, I have, this was actually the dresser thing that Yana had in her car. And when she was moving out, she's like, I don't think you have room for this, do you? And I was like, you know what? If you like it, take it. At the time, I had a fully open van, And since then, it's actually come in handy for even my clothes. So I've been really liking this. This is new. I just figured that this would be a good spot for the dry goods, stuff like that. I'm gonna get a bungee cord to go from here to there, just to kind of contain it as I drive. I got a little net up here that recently I started putting my little fly squatter, and also some cereal that's already open. This is my lucky fishing hat that my dad gave me when I was young, and it's only ever let me down in Alberta. Maybe now that we're near the ocean, it'll bring that luck back again and we can catch some fish. Behind the seat, I have a little kind of storage bin for just random stuff. Should probably close that. My editing headphones, and a few little trinkets that we're going to be using for the roof vent, some alien tape, some chips, and this box is actually a dual subwoofer system. On this side, we have some waters. I need to refill this guy, but I should be okay on water for a bit, but this would be nice for like sink stuff. I have a little lawn chair for sitting outside, sitting behind it, along with Gatorades and my fishing rod hidden right back there. These are the two 1000 watt amplifiers that power the speaker system. These puppies are amazing. The entire stereo system came from Mr. Blur. He actually had it in a small Jeep when he used to own it, and then when he moved into his van, he figured he didn't really need it. Me being the way I am, I was like, you know what? I can do that. And trust me, the system pumps. Up here, a hook for like hats or light jackets and whatnot. Mainly it's been just kind of holding my curtain back from blowing in the wind. And also a little picture of me with my very first Cutlass. I love that car, but it was so torched I had to buy a second Cutlass just to make one out of the two. My second Cutlass was a lot better than the first one. This one ran and drove, but the body was shot. So the second Cutlass I bought didn't have an engine, didn't have a transmission, it was just a rolling shell, and that body was beautiful. But that was way before my van life, back when I was just living in cars and such. Yeah, it's a story for another day maybe. Anyway, I have a Bruce Vanlife Jr. hat. Eventually I'm going to start merchandise, but it's been a work in progress for a long time. And I will announce when something like that happens so that you guys can all get your own like hats, stickers, and all of that stuff. But this is all new to me, man. So I want to do it right, and I want to take my time and do it right. I don't want to have any recalls or anybody upset with anything they buy. If you're helping support the channel in such a way, I'd like to have you guys get like good quality stuff, Right here, let's go here first. Under the bed, I have a bunch of like work clothes and stuff in that bag, some extra propane, dish soap, potatoes, some donuts, and some bread. I have another 2 tubs back there, one with cleaning stuff and the other one with like chips and just more dry goods. This tub holds most of my groceries that won't go in the fridge. It's been really nice kind of keeping everything in here. It's easy to pull out and put back in. Next to it is all the dishes and stuff. I have a window reflector, I just never end up using the thing. As most of you guys know, I have that curtain, and also I feel like the window reflectors really give away that we're sleeping in our vehicles. It's nice for keeping the sun off of us, but I don't know. It's just a personal preference thing that I don't use it. It's not like people don't know I'm living in this thing, or at least sleeping in it, but I feel like if the window reflector was up, I wouldn't be able to see what was around me, and I like to see what's going on around me at night if anything does pop off. And if so, I got those swords. Anyway, I have a paper towel holder up here. It's only on there with alien tape, and even in the heat, like extreme heat, it's been holding up great. What else? Got my old license plate back there with a couple stick from my old van, like Aaron the DJ sticker, Overland Interior, and Van City Vanlife. That mirror just came from Yana's van, or Yana's vehicle, and she decided to just mount it there. Over here, I have the old sign from my white van's dash. The mattress and the pillows have been like amazing. You know, most of you guys know that have followed my channel. For the longest time in my white van, I'd never had a mattress. So yeah, this is totally a lap of luxury for me. On here, I have a little thermostat gauge, and right now, as you can tell, it's pretty warm. When we were in a Soyuz and Nilsson, this thing seen like 60 degrees. It totally pinned the gauge and was like down here at times. So yeah, it gets hot in here. And I think that's about all for back here. And then up here in the front, we have the power box desk that I'm currently in the processes of building. This is, you know, at first I wasn't too sure on it having a passenger, but with this seat being able to go there, totally works out. So on the side of it, I have this little thing from my laptop. I need to get this phone fixed. The screen is cracked. That's the reason I can't get into my email. Not a very technology person. So yeah, I need to get this screen fixed. This was my main phone for the longest time. Currently I'm filming on a phone that a subscriber sent me, and I greatly appreciate that, but now it's turned into my main phone. I'd like to keep this phone as the YouTube phone for just filming, and then have this phone for calls and texts and stuff like that. So eventually when I get that fixed, it'll be up and operational again. I have two microphones, one here and one there. I'm trying to keep them in here now because I tend to keep losing them throughout the van. On here, I have, get that out of the way, just a little picture montage of me and my sister and my father, and postcards that I need to send off to my dad we picked up in Hope. Right here underneath, you can see that there's a big slot that goes across here, and this will be for eventually a pull-out desk that will reach my, well, I'll be able to kind of turn and then have a desk here as well. That's kind of what this is working as for right now, and I've really enjoyed having that as like a little office desk area. Even though I have an office desk area here kind of thing, it's nice to have multiple options. And it also doubles, like if I was cooking and I also wanted to do some, like, you know, editing and stuff like that, I can have this for cooking, turn over, and then have it like a little desk here. It's gonna be a pretty cool setup once it's built, but it just needs to, it's gonna take time, you guys. That's all it is. And on a budget, you know, it's gonna take even more time. But we'll get it done regardless, trust me. Up front a little further, I have my stereo system with a bass knob that I can turn down the bass so there's not so much vibrations and I can listen to more music. Currently I only have one door speaker active. I have a bunch of speakers to go throughout the van, but again, it's just going to take time and wiring to get it all set up. I have two phone camera mounts. I plan to put another one here for when I'm driving and talking. I have a walkie-talkie up here that us and the guys used to use in Calgary for keeping in contact with each other. Also a second inverter up here for the laptop and anything else like charging my phone, quick charge, and it's easy to turn on just like that. But this inverter's fan is extremely loud, as you can hear, so I don't tend to use that very often unless I need to charge the laptop, which I haven't really ever. So maybe that's something that might get changed around in the future. I have a cloth up there for cleaning my windows. And on the dash, I've got Wolfie. He came from my old white van. This was actually 3D printed by the Van Nut. This little bear guy came from Yana's car. And this this cactus, I actually pulled out of Drumheller and put into this little pot. I love this thing. I figured like the only plant that I'll be able to keep is something that can take extreme heat for being on the dash and not need to get watered a lot. So it's looking like I could use a little bit of water in there now to keep my little cactus alive. This shell is actually from the Sunshine Coast, if anybody's curious. And I just put this blue stuff on there for an anti-slip kind of thing to, you know, it's just temporary. These actually just came from the grocery store. I'm not sure what they are. We'll look into them later. If anybody knows, let me know. I have a power bar here so I can plug in multiple things if needed to the 700 watt inverter. Up here I have a screen, like a house screen style thing, that sometimes I'll slide in that window for when I'm just hanging out and I don't want bugs in here. I could set up that kind of bug net. Can and do set up that little bug net into these big doors here, or the back doors when it gets really hot at night or something like that. But it's a lot more setup than just kind of sliding that thing in front of the passenger door. So yeah, and that microphone is not active in any way that's near the stereo. It's just there for placement. It's for, I used to use it a lot when I was live streaming from the laptop, but I think that live streaming from my phone actually works a lot better. I did a live stream when I was at the campsite near Drumheller, and you guys said the quality was like 10 times better. So I think my laptop is just extremely outdated. I don't do anything on the laptop. I edit and do everything from the phone I'm talking to you guys on right now. I don't know why, I just can't get into using laptops. Even the iPad is great, but mainly I find that you only watch a video after it's been edited. I'll transfer it on that thing and watch it on a bigger screen. Or just, you know, YouTube videos. What else can I mention? Oh, right here I have a volt gauge. I plan to put another one in for the house batteries. That will probably go along here somewhere. And then also the Bluetooth thing that goes to my charge controller, so I can tell my battery percentage from my phone, which is really cool. Now we can go into the power box and I can show you guys what's all going in that thing. Going on in that thing. Why can't I speak ever? Into the power box. Right here we have Starlink. This has been working out really good for me. I just take it out, put it on the roof at night for when I'm uploading videos, or I just need internet anywhere at all. Man, without that Starlink, I swear, coming even here wouldn't be possible for me. And if so, I'd have to do a lot of sitting at McDonald's, Tim Hortons, and all of those other things just to upload videos for hours. This thing rocks, and it keeps me in touch with all of you guys. I love that thing. This is the fuse panel. The fridge is actually hooked to, and I plan to hook up a bunch of more stuff to it. In the back here, I have another fuse panel that I think I'm gonna end up moving probably somewhere to the back of the van, so that I don't have to run so much wire all the way to the front, and I could just kind of hook lights and stuff up to that guy back there. This is another solar charge controller that Ben gave me, and I think I'm gonna hook up the plan is to have multiple solar panels on the roof. One will go straight for the house or the van battery, and then the rest of the solar panels that get connected will be for the house battery. And the house battery solar cables just come in right here to the charge controller. This charge controller, for the solar wise, it mainly goes to the house battery. Once the house battery is full, then it sends it forward. But I'd like to have that charge controller for when I'm driving to run to the van batteries. One thing to note is that this charge controller, I didn't know it, but Ben mentioned to me, and it's true. If you have solar connected and you're driving, it'll actually limit your driving amps coming in because it's getting solar also. So it like cuts it in half kind of thing. That's one thing that I did not know, we did not know, and I'm pretty sure having so much solar on Mr. Blur's van while driving is what cooked his charge controller. So just a thing to note, it's good to have an on and off switch for your solar if you're running with this charge controller, so you don't fry the thing, basically. Because holding back so much power is what really heats these things up. And I'll be doing the same thing when I go to fully wire and mount everything up properly. because I don't want to fry my charge controller. This one's only a 30 amp charge controller. I'd like to get a 50 so I could pull in more amps, but for now, it works, and it's been working for years. This right here, and for anybody curious, is the Redudu battery. It's a 200 amp hour lithium battery, and it's been kicking butt, man. Seriously, I've totally drained this thing on days that I wasn't driving, and then brought it right back up to charge. It has been a complete workhorse for me. This thing is a little handsaw, actually, for cutting firewood and stuff, but since BC's in a fire ban right now, I haven't really been able to use it, but this came from Sarah Rose. This is my diesel heater that I need to mount eventually. This is the fuel tank for that. I'm not exactly sure where I'm gonna put it, but we'll get to it eventually. These are all my speakers and stuff that I need to add into the van. And I have even a little first aid kit sitting right here that one of my nieces gave me. So thank you very much for that, Haley. It still comes in use. The speaker wires come in, and that is the main reason I have 2 front batteries. So currently I have no battery under my hood. I have them sitting right here. I extended the wires, come through. There's no battery under my hood. I'll show you guys that in a second. But these, I decided to go with 2 100 amp hour Renogy batteries. They came from Vernon and his family, but I decided to use those as the front battery because the speakers pull so much power that I figured it was necessary. And also I don't have to worry about hooking up like an extra inverter to the front. These things have also been a workhorse. I've been kicking complete butt. So all in total, I've got 200 amp hours of AGM battery for the van, which is awesome because I don't think I'll ever have to worry about a dead battery again. And that's coming from someone who had to get a boost all the way from BC to Newfoundland every single time I shut that white van off when I went on a cross Canada trip with it way before YouTube. But yeah, I needed a boost every single time I shut the van off. Gas stations, going to sleep, anything, man. I needed to get a boost for that thing. The battery was shot. I think the alternator was shot. The whole van was shot, really. But that will also prevent that from happening. I could run the stereo with the vehicle off for a nice while, but until I get the front solar hooked up, I don't intend to do that at all because I really don't want to hurt those batteries. They, like I said, they came from Vernon and his family, and I've been trying to treat them as good as I can and have it last as long as I can. Also, the Redudu battery, I plan to do a review on that very soon. But like I said, it's been really working. So if you guys would like to get a really durable battery, the Redudu is pretty, it's pretty well priced. And, I worked that thing, man, and it just works. No complaints, no issues from that thing at all. What else can I say? Also, right here, this part is all off because it used to have a crank, and it still does, but I plan to put a power window in. So obviously, I can't put my window down when I'm sitting in the driver's seat. So once I get a power window set up in here, I'll put the switch over there, and then I'll be able to kind of put the window up and down from the driver's side. That's it for that portion, I think. Even these mirrors came from my white van. Like I said, I tried to repurpose as much as I could from that van before I got rid of it. These tires and rims came from Randy. We put those on just before I went to the campsite and then took the trip out to BC. They've been really working good, but I can see that they are wearing pretty good just from the trip. Some of them are a lot better than others. On this side, you can see this tire is definitely not looking that good, but they're used tires and they looked kind of like that in the beginning. It was just something for me to look at replacing in the future. Like I said, everything comes in time, and a lot of it is just a temporary setup for now to keep me going. So, Randy, thank you for all of that, man. On the front here, as many of you know, I have a little mailbox, and that's for anybody who drops by that would like to drop anything off if I'm not near the van. I've been really liking that, and I've been getting a lot of looks and smiles on that. Seems like people are really digging the mailbox. I love how it's red and the van is blue-ish purple. So the mailbox really stands out. I'm sorry for the noise, you guys. Could have picked a better spot, but here we are. Like I mentioned, under the van hood, I have no battery, but I do have a kill switch. In case I need to go work on the van, I can disconnect the van from the batteries. Say if I'm welding on it or something like that, I don't have to worry about like blowing the fuse panel on the van or anything. It's kind of like a little fail-safe. Yeah, there's not too much to see under here besides a leaky power steering pump. It's burning. I will price out a new power steering pump and stuff like that, and let you know right away as soon as I can. Maybe when I go back into town, I'll stop into Napa and check that out. The front window needs to get replaced, like every vehicle that ever came out of Calgary. So it's just, it is what it is, you know. But she's been a good van, you know. She's been a great van. Way better than my white one. On this side, underneath the seat, I have a care kit for somebody if I see a Vanlifer with a Chevy Express van. This is all of the parts I never used on my white van that can go to a Vanlifer in need. It's like belt and tensioner, alternator, spark plugs, and a few other things. So if you have a Chevy Express and you're in need of this stuff, hit me up. Maybe we can meet up and then you can take this home and use it on your home. I know a lot of you guys were saying that I should get gloves and stuff for cleaning up the garbage, and I will be doing that when I go to clean up some garbage around here after this video. I have some power steering fluid, some window cleaner, a breaker bar, and a bag of zip ties down on this side. Even the window crank came in the white van because I paid good money for this thing, man, and I really like the chrome. I don't know, I like it. I have a gauge pod pillar right here that I plan to put a few gauges in. Thought this was really cool. Got this at Pick and Pull. The lady at Pick and Pull actually just let me have this instead of paying for it because it was just such a small thing and she didn't really know what to classify it as. That was a score. But yeah, you guys, other than that, you know, the van is what you see it. It needs some body work. It needs some work kind of all the way around. But over time, you'll see this thing transform to like the baddest hot rod van anybody has ever seen, man. Speakers, maybe a big engine, depending on how fuel prices go. But yeah, I really would like to do something awesome with this thing. I've had so much hard times with my white van, just breaking down all the time. It never drove straight. A lot of people don't know it was dropped off a tow truck. The front tires were just like everything on the front end was replaced, but I think the frame on where everything bolted to was just twisted up, and that's the reason that it met its demise. I just had to get rid of the thing. It wasn't safe no matter what I did to it. So yeah, I think that's about all we can talk about on this van, you guys, for right now anyway. As I build out more, I will let you guys know, and I'll throw little clips of building into the video, unless one day I do a big like tear out and rebuild of what I've got done so far. That's a lot of talking. I really hope the audio stays good because I don't want to say all of this again. But yeah, so that's the van, you guys. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I think I'm going to end it off here and do some editing while I'm in this spot. I'm not going to stay where I am. I think it's a BC park, technically, and I hear that you're not allowed staying in the parks. It's a big no-no. So I don't want to give any reason for any park ranger or cop to pull up and give me a hard time. So I'll just do some editing while I'm here and then probably head back towards the water, because waking up to the water in the morning, seeing the sunrise come over those mountains, beautiful. I've also been told a few times that I should go check out Quatra Island. It's just right, like, it's like a 6-minute ferry ride from Campbell's River, which is basically where I am to now. I need to stay in Campbell's River area until at least the 15th. Right now it's the 3rd. You guys are probably watching this on a different time because it takes me time to edit. But I've been told I really need to go check out Quattro Island. That's kind of the area that Yana went to for her adventures. So maybe we can even meet up with her while we're over there and she can kind of show me around. She's spent a lot of time there before, and that's why she went back, because she knows it's such a beautiful spot. But with me needing to stay around this area until the 15th, I figured, you know what, let's just stay around here. Maybe we could do a van meetup or something like that. And as you guys seen, seems like subscribers are reaching out and we're meeting up. So that's really cool. If any of you guys are on Quattro Island, please email me. The email is in the description below. My email for contact is brucevanlife@outlook.com. Like I said, it'll be in the description below. But yeah, if you're in the Campbell River area, in the Vancouver Island area, or anything like that, feel free to reach out, say hi. Maybe we can meet up if I'm passing by your area. If not, come and see me. You know, it's pretty cool. I came all the way from Calgary to Vancouver Island, dang it. I'm here to meet up with as many of you as I can and enjoy the scene and the adventures while I'm here. Yeah. But with that all being said, like I mentioned, I'm going to end the video off here. So remember, never give up on living life, because life is the most precious thing we have, you guys. And be sure to have yourselves a good day, and we'll see you all in the next one. So have a good day, everybody. Peace out. For anybody curious, the transmission has been working perfect. The golden goose is holding up to her name. All right. I hope I didn't jinx it. Just stay working for me.